This video is for anyone who is gonna be traveling to Nigeria this year. So if you're coming from any country down to Nigeria, here are tips that I would give you if you're coming. So let's assume you are my friend right now, even though I may not know you, you're someone that I know and stuff. And I know that personally I can advise you on things that you should know before or if you do come to Nigeria. This is what I would tell you. First off is this: before or if you come to Nigeria, please have somebody that lives in Nigeria that you're gonna be with that can explain things about Nigeria to you, that can educate you about how Nigeria is, things that you should know, things that you should do, things that you shouldn't do. Do you get what I mean? Let this person try to educate you as much as possible so that way when you're coming to Nigeria, your trip will, feel easier in some type of way, and at the same time you will learn something too. This is something that I believe is very important for any traveler, especially those who do not really know that much about Nigeria, so that way if you come, you won't have any issues at all. Do you get what I mean? But if you're somebody that has been to Nigeria constantly and you understand how everything works, then you probably may not need someone. So maybe now, if you have like maybe friends or family members or whatnot who are in Nigeria, please try to be in contact with them and try to learn stuff about Nigeria and be with them as well. Also, maybe if you might not have any friends or family, maybe if you hire like a tour guide or something, let that person try to educate you as well. The second advice I would give is this: if possible, try to find a way that you can send money to people in Nigeria. Like when you want to transact and everything, like if you can have that type of way, like not only just to have cash, but I mean, cash is a good option, especially, when you're coming, have as much cash as possible, but then still have that way that you can transfer money to people with your phone. I would say that if you are a Nigerian citizen, you can get yourself a Nigerian bank account and stuff. What you could do is that I think the Central Bank of Nigeria, they're like the ones that control banking in Nigeria as a whole. I think they released this thing where now that you can easily open an account without you needing to leave your country and stuff. So I would just say this: if you want to learn more on that, try to reach out to the Central Bank of Nigeria. They have their website, they have social media, they're on like Twitter, Facebook, and so on. Try and ask them questions about that and see how you can get that stuff done if you're not back yet. Or if you are able to come back and everything, try to get yourself a bank account in the country. That is if it's possible. Maybe you can go to any bank of your choice. You just need to have yourself like a BVN, which they can give you at the bank. You need to have your NIN. Like if you have a Nigerian passport, I would assume that you have one. So yeah. You also need to have like a bill, like an electricity bill, a water bill, a bank statement from Nigeria. So maybe you could ask your friends like for an electricity bill or water bill or something. Do you get what I mean? But the bank statement has to be like from you, and it has to be Nigerian. It can't be from another country. Do you get what I mean? Oh, and yeah, like a Nigerian bank account also requires a Nigerian phone number too. But if you know that you possibly cannot get yourself a Nigerian bank account, that's okay. One solution is this: get yourself a remittance app. There are different apps that can let you send money in Nigeria without you needing to get like a bank account and stuff. Like there are apps like Taptap Send, World Remit, Lemfi, and so on. My main recommendation is for you to get Taptap Send. That one is like the best one, and I even made a video talking about why you should get it. Check the description box below. But let's say now that you truly do want to experience the Nigerian banking scene, and you know that, okay, you don't want to maybe use all this tap send and stuff, and obviously you don't want to have like a Nigerian bank account or whatever, there is a platform that I can recommend to you. So this platform I talked about on my channel called Kira AI. Now, Kira AI is basically like your Nigerian bank account, but however, built inside of WhatsApp. It lets you send and receive money just within WhatsApp. Like you don't have to download any bank apps or whatnot, just WhatsApp on your phone that everyone already has. You get what I mean? Now, I did make a video on Kira AI and the features and everything that it had. Check the description box below so that you can watch that video. Also note, for Kira AI, if you want to register, you just need to have an NIN only. Do you get what I mean? So if you already have a Nigerian passport, as I said earlier, I will assume that you have an NIN. And with just the NIN, you're able to send and receive money in Nigeria. You don't need to have a Nigerian phone number and all other stuff. And if you want to watch my video on how to register for Kira AI, check the description box below as well. There's also one more app that I almost forgot to mention. So there's this app, it's called Timon, and it's basically like an app that lets you spend globally. So now Timon is doing this thing for travelers who are coming to Nigeria, where now that they give you a Nigerian card. So you can use the card to basically shop anywhere in Nigeria. How cool is that? Now, if you want to get this, please, you have to message them on Instagram and they're going to guide you through everything. But I still made a video about the Timon card in the description box below. The next advice that I would give to anyone traveling to Nigeria is to get one of these mini Wi-Fi devices right here, especially if you're a Nigerian citizen. These are basically portable Wi-Fi devices that you can put in your pocket, your bag, and you can carry them anywhere. And then you just turn it on, and then from there, you and everyone in the car or in your house or whatnot can get Wi-Fi. Now, the two places that I would recommend you get this device are from either the MTN office or the Airtel office. These are SIM card brands in Nigeria, and they sell like these devices. Like, they have so many of them, and they're affordable as well. If you want to get one of these devices for yourself, then please go ahead and get yourself an NIN. If you can't get yourself an NIN or whatnot, maybe if you have a friend or family member, maybe they can help you get one with their own NIN. Do you get what I mean? Now, one thing you should also know about Nigeria is that internet does not last. Like, you might buy a plan for 1 month and then less than a month it's finished. So what I would advise you to do is that you should try and get as much internet as possible on this type of stuff. I would say that let's assume you want to, put internet in this thing by yourself. There is an app I talked about in the description box below. Basically, it's called VanaPay and it's built on Telegram. It lets you buy internet and everything. So yeah, you could try to use that in the description, but you don't need to have like an NIN or whatnot to use it. But still, if you want to get internet for it, just check the description box below. Also, if possible, if you can get yourself a Nigerian SIM card, it would be nice. Now, brands like MTN and Airtel, which I said are SIM card brands, also offer eSIMs as well. So you can try getting one if possible. But if you know that you cannot go to the MTN or Airtel office to get one, you can just get yourself an eSIM from any other like brand like online. Do you get what I mean? Now, there is this brand that I talked about on my page that gives you a traveler coming to Nigeria and eSIM. Check the description box below. They have Nigerian eSIM, they have global eSIM, they have eSIMs for any country in general. So check the description box below if you want to learn more about it. Next advice I'll give you is for transportation. If you already have like family in Nigeria who can transport you anywhere, then you're already good. But then if you don't really have that, then there are two options that I would give you. The first option is the more affordable one, to use Bolt. Bolt is basically like Uber in Nigeria. It's an app that lets you go from point A to point B. They have drivers and whatnot. You get what I mean? Now, what you can do is that you can download the Uber app on your phone and use it. And no, you do not need to have a Nigerian phone number to use Uber. That's one thing I like about it, because they can call you from within the app. Do you get what I mean? Now, Uber is available in most states in Nigeria, but not every single one. And if you want to know whether or not it's available in your state, I made a video in the description box below that explains this. Now, for any traveler coming to Nigeria, I would say that Uber works best in Lagos. But then other states, it does work. But however, you might get charged maybe ×2 or ×3 or more and what's on the app. Like, you might see a ride for maybe, let's say 2,000 naira. They'll tell you, oh, bring out 6,000 naira for the ride. Do you get what I mean? If not, they won't take you and stuff. Like, that's the problem with other states. But at the end of the day, both still works in these states though. But I'm just saying that if you're going to any other state that isn't Lagos, then you're going to experience this. Also important to note for Bolt, for Lagos, I think because of the dirty December, the prices of boats might spike very, very much. So yeah, that's one thing that you should know as well. Okay, so what's the second option? The second option is to hire a vehicle. Now, in Nigeria, you can hire like cars from people and stuff. Like they can have personal drivers or whatnot that can take you anywhere you want, like depending on how long you hire them for. Now, I would just say this for you to just be safe, just hire one vehicle. You don't need to hire like a whole plethora of vehicles, like to hire two, three of them to follow you just so that you'll be safe. No, people in Nigeria don't really like that at all. And it draws some unnecessary attention to you, and you don't really want that. Do you get what I mean? I'll just say this, just hire one vehicle, and if you feel as if okay you want security, just get one security in the car, and that's it. Like just make it to be discreet so that way people don't really look at you in that type of way. Like, do you get what I mean? Oh yeah, and here's a tip that I should have said earlier. When I talked earlier about the fact that you should know someone in Nigeria that can help you navigate and whatnot, especially if you're going to certain places, you will need these people. Like for example, if you're going to the markets and everything, please go with somebody who already knows like the states you're going to. Like if you're going to Lagos, get somebody who already knows like everywhere, like the markets and how to navigate them and stuff. Or maybe if you have like a family member or whatnot, please let them go with you to help you and navigate and stuff, because you could possibly get lost, or you could get cheated out of your money and everything. Do you get what I mean? Like that's one thing they do. Like if they see that you're a traveler, they're going to increase the price like way more just because they heard, oh, you're from this country. Do you get what I mean? And no one wants that. But for the girls especially, if you're gonna make your hair or whatnot, please, I would advise you try to go with someone so that way you also do not get cheated. I remember last year we had someone who came from the US. She wanted to make her hair and everything, and we took her to this salon. Now, when we took her to the salon and everything, they tried to charge her a lot of money just because they saw that she's from America. Now, luckily for us, we're able to step in and make sure that she was not charged that amount and everything. Do you get what I mean? In the end of the day, she was able to still make the hair and everything. And even after they were done making the hair, they wanted to still collect more money. We told them, no, we already agreed on a certain price, so you can't go above that. And then they were angry because of it. Do you get what I mean? But who cares? Now, there are some places that you can still go on your own. Like, for example, if you're going to like the supermarket or a restaurant or a hotel, those places are okay and stuff. Like those types of places like the malls and all that type of stuff. But then if it's places like the markets or making your hair or some certain places and everything, I would advise you, please go with someone. Like if you're going to the bank or whatnot and you do not know what to do, please go with someone who knows, so that way it will help you a lot. Also, I wanted to tell you guys this. So I have this playlist of apps that I recommend for you guys that are coming to Nigeria. I have apps of different categories like food, transportation, entertainment, and so on. Like there are different apps that would help you if you're coming to Nigeria. So please check the description box below if you want to see that playlist. So yeah, that will be all for today's video. If you have any questions about anything that I said in this video, then please comment below and I will help you in some way, okay? So yeah, peace.